All right, everybody. Author Matthew Douglas Pinard, formerly James Douglas Morrison of the Doors. On that note, to decipher yet another James Douglas, Matthew Douglas prophecy. So, this is Waiting for the Sun, 1970, Morrison Hotel. At first flash of Eden, we raced down to the sea, standing there on Freedom's shore. So this is an actual event that took place with Jim and I. When we cracked open the gates, this would have been around 2017 when Mother Mary appeared to us, fulfilling the woman clothed with the sun prophecy. We did some things to try to help save a boy with terminal brain cancer. And what happened was, I was living in West Michigan at the time. The boy was in northern Indiana. So when we prayed for him, like the sun crowned itself, turned into 3 different suns. So at first flash of Eden, that was when Jim and I were bringing Eden down to try to save this boy's life who had terminal brain cancer. Race down to the sea was, I went out on the edge of a pier in Grand Haven, Michigan, and that was the sea, Lake Michigan, standing there on Freedom's shore. So I had this exhilaration when I saw the sun doing the sun miracles when I did these prayers to open the gates. That's what Jim foresaw in his visions. And think about this was 1970, okay? And this came in 2017. So Jim was a highly prophetic, like a Nostradamus, saw things, events that would take place decades later. So Waiting for the Sun, it's time to live in the scattered sun. That's a really odd line, right? What does he mean by that? So he's saying there'd be multiple incarnations of the Son of God on earth, even female ones. By the time I was able to come out and decipher I would give him permission to decipher all of these, which I was with Jim in the band The Doors. So you can, John and Robbie, I know it's going to be hard for you to understand what I'm talking about, but 2 sons of God soul-wise, two souls, both incarnate sons of God, immortals, in one body. There's a great reason for that. It confuses the heck out of the demonic realm. Freaks them out. So Jim is saying, waiting for you to come along. He knew I was coming in 1974. Waiting for you to hear my song. He knew I would not hear this song for a really long time and wouldn't piece together all this prophecy until the sons were again reconjoined to try to help this boy dying of cancer in 2017. Waiting for you to tell me what went wrong. So he knew he was going to die, and he knew I'd come along and decode his life, not just for his family, but for his fans and for his bandmates. This is the strangest life I've ever known. So Jim knew he was an immortal, multiple previous incarnations. And he knew that when he conjoined with me, not only would I had 2, when all this was happening in 2017, I started writing my books. I already knew I was him when I saw the Oliver Stone movie, but I knew I had to keep it a deep secret. Because we're in enemy territory down here. We're in Satan's land. But Jim knew that I would come along and decode this, decipher it. So the scattered sun is like these royal babies, like Jim used to call them royal babies. But I'm going to sing, all right? So you guys can hear the voice is pretty much the same. James Douglas Morrison, now Matthew Douglas Pinard, the new wine. First flash of Eden, race down to the sea, standing there on Freedom's shore, Lake Michigan, waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun, waiting for the Son of God. Can you feel it now that spring has come? It's time to live in the scattered sun. Waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun. Waiting, 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 waiting for you to come along. Waiting for you to hear my song. He knew I'd hear this song and decipher it. Waiting for you to come along. Waiting you to tell me what went wrong. Nothing went wrong. This is the strangest life I've ever known. Yeah! Can you feel it now that spring has come? That it's time to live in the scattered sun. Waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun.